Okay, so we've waited a couple minutes here and we're starting to get some good adhesion. Got it lined up how I want it. This glue, it can kind of be worked in, I think, is how it seemed to have worked for me in the past. So I'm going to get it to a point where I can then just put some constant pressure on it. Just going to feel with my hand, make sure I'm lined up with the outer edge of the stock. Put pressure straight down on that. And more of a uniform pressure than I can get with just my hand. I'll hold that straight down like that for, I don't know, I mean, it's going to have to be held down here for a couple of minutes, I'd guess. What I want to point out here is we've been discussing making this particular rifle into a 5-pound bear rifle setup. You know, I've been asked, you know, why 5 pounds? In this case, 5 pounds is honestly, it's a fairly arbitrary number. I pick it because it's a nice round number. And for me, it represents kind of where most ultralight rifles begin. If you think about the rifles that are in the market that have been around for some time, like the Kimber Mountain Ascent, which tends to be advertised in that sub 5-pound range, about 4 pounds. They say 4 pounds 13 ounces. That's caliber dependent. Your bigger bore diameters are going to be what that's going to reflect. So like a 308 is going to be probably in that 4 pounds 13, 4 pounds 14 ounces range. But something like a 6.5 caliber of some sort, or they used to do a 243, I think, at least in the I don't know if they had one in the Montana or not, but something with a smaller bore diameter. There's going to be more steel in that bore, and they're going to be a little bit heavier. So I know I had a Mountain Ascent at one point that I weighed in. It was pushing 5 pounds by the time it was all said and done. It gained those couple ounces back in a lighter recoiling caliber, just because there was more steel left in the barrel, and it was all said and done. So this being 5 pounds is representative of what you know, the possibilities of getting something, you know, as functional as any Tikka would be, but in that ultralight category. Now, is it possible to go lighter? Absolutely. I've got rifles, and you know, you can modify a Kimber and you can go lighter. You can go into that 4-pound range. But for a rifle that didn't break the bank, no custom barrel, anything like that, you know, we've got a few expensive add-ons with the, you know, titanium parts. It's going to be pretty much as light as any factory ultralight or lightweight rifle on the market. But it's from experience already, I know that this rifle is it's a sub MOA grouping rifle. I've shot good groups well out beyond 400 yards with it, and it's everything that you would want or expect out of a much heavier rifle, but getting all that within that lightweight package. So let's see where we're at. All right, I don't see any, it's not trying to separate on its own. So I think it's probably good for me to set this aside and go on to my next phase. I'm gonna have to clean a little bit of this excess glue off. Looks like I might have a little bit of trimming left to do on the foam to make it line up just a little bit better with the stock itself. Like I said, I'm going to try and put my extended grip. I'm going to trim this front end off a little bit. Still leave myself room to put my, where did it go? My little Arca plate. And I'll probably cap the front with a little piece of foam. I do like adding a little bit of foam sometimes to the sides, just just give a little more of a tactile grip. It's very nice in colder weather to have something a little softer to the feel, softer to the touch. I think that's going to need, still need some more pressure on that, I think. So, all right, we'll touch back here in a few when we get to our next steps.